Good morning. It's time to rise and prosper. I'm aware that there may be a lot of emotions in the space today. I'm aware that there have been a lot of emotions in the space over the past few days, weeks, months even. And that today some of those feelings may be heightened, some of those feelings may be allayed, some of those feelings may be lessened, and some of them may be expanded. If you're here in the United States, I have an invitation from deep in my heart. I feel like it's coming through, perhaps as a reassurance, perhaps as an invitation to open. And that is this: as a constitutionalist, as a legal scholar, and I use that word very loosely. I don't, but not an egoic expression. It's just I've been practiced law for 20 years. I've been a constitutional student for 30, and I believe in my heart that the American experiment continues. And why I say it that way is because we are young as a nation, and we have a lot to learn still. And I believe that one of the things that makes us so great and fills us with so much potential and allows for so much awakening yet to unfold is that through, and I believe the framers of the Constitution, I believe the founders of our countries, the strong women and men who forged a new path for us, believed this, and I believe it's true, that in our diversity is our greatest strength. Through our various ways of seeing the world, through our various ways of seeing every little idea, that we don't agree on everything, and that is our greatest strength, even as inconvenient and improbable and difficult as it can be sometimes. And what this has to do with prosperity here in the playground and the way we see the world and the way we create, attract, and manifest that which we desire is by embracing a truth that no matter what it looks or feels like, the possibility for our greatest unfoldment is always available to us right here and right now. And my invitation is to feel all the feelings, for sure, to feel the elation, to feel the frustration, to feel the anger, to feel the joy, to feel the sadness, to feel the fear. And then remember who we are. That no matter where you are on this great blue-green planet of ours, this beautiful Mother Earth hostess who has been so generous to us and has cared for us and provided for us, that no matter who you are or where you are, your voice matters. That something inside you still is asking you to be expressed in, as, and through you. That no matter what it looks or feels like, you're still here to serve a purpose, to use your voice to speak your truth, to shine your light, to lead your conversation. And no matter what it looks or feels like, that's true today, that was true yesterday, and that will be true tomorrow. And so my invitation is to feel everything you're feeling, to allow that to be okay. And also allow that to inspire rather than shut you down. To motivate you to move rather than sit still. I'm not suggesting that you don't take time to lick your wounds or to heal your heart or to tend to the emotions that you feel. But I am inviting you to remember that your emotions are not the highest truth of who you are. Your emotions could be a telltale, they could be a bellwether, they could be an indicator of something you need to attend to, for sure. and they are not the highest truth of you. The highest truth of you and I and Tracy and this amazing community and all of us on this planet, not just here in the United States, the highest truth is to remember that your well-being and mine are inextricably linked. That our well-being, just like the mycelium network of fungus that grows under the earth, that where one little piece of the fungal organism is directly connected to another little piece of the fungal organism miles and miles away, and the information is being shared between those pieces of organism, recognizing and exemplifying a greater truth and an analogous truth for all of us humans, that our well-being is inextricably interrelated, intimately connected, infinitely made from one thing. Quantum physicists call it energy. Spiritualists call it God or spirit or source. No matter what we call it, no matter what words we use to describe it, it's the same, let's just call it stuff. And everything you desire, and what this has to do with prosperity and wealth and abundance, is that everything you desire, everything I could possibly desire, everything we could possibly imagine and desire in 1,000 lifetimes has ever been and will always be manufactured, made manifest, created from that very same stuff. And that very same stuff that wants to express itself through you and I, in, as, and through you and I, is unchanged by the political events or the political climates. That stuff is unchanged by any human activity. We can impress upon it with our gratitude. We can try to and endeavor to express it more accurately and with more enthusiasm and with more passion. And at the same time, it's important to remember that the essential nature of us is unchanged today from what it was yesterday. It is pure love. It is pure light. It is pure possibility. Your voice and mine are meant to mold, inspire, nudge, inch along, unfold that possibility. If we remember that today, if we remember that tomorrow, if we remember that in those dark moments when we are full of fear, just as we remember it in those exciting moments when we're full of life and light, well, then we can do what Wallace Wattles and Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill talked about. We can transmute those feelings of fear and constriction and restriction and closing down into the energy of creation. And that's when you can find the courage inside yourself to speak your truth. You can find the courage inside yourself to take that action. You can find the courage inside yourself to shine your light. That's what you and I are here for. We were here for that yesterday. We are here for that now, and we will be here for that tomorrow. And so as we do the neuro squeegee today, as we take these 3 deep healing breaths, my invitation is to remember not just who you are, but what you are. What you are, the pure essential energy of love, light, and possibility. It's really the one same thing. We call it whatever we call it, and its essential nature never changes. So we start with an exhale to empty out our lungs. Prepare for a deep healing breath from the top of your head down to the very bottom, the soles of your feet. deep healing breath in. And as you release this first breath, just feel how your weight centers in and grounds in and centers up. Second breath. And as you release this second breath, remember that you are creating freedom in your nervous system. All those little neurons are giving themselves space between them, freeing yourself. Third breath. And release this breath with a sigh and a smile on your face. You can almost feel your light shining through you and your eyes and your life and your body when you exhale like that. And that sigh finds that resonant tone. That is the frequency of your peace. That is the frequency of your love. That is the frequency of your light. And so today, remember, your essential nature is no different today than it was yesterday. The highest truth of who and what you are is love and light and possibility. 'Twas always thus, will always be so. And so my invitation today is remember that, to remind yourself of that when you're facing something or someone that would have you think for a second you're separated from that thing or someone. That would have you believe that a belief separates you. That would have you believe that a belief somehow makes it untrue, that your well-being and that person's well-being are interrelated. And it may be difficult to find the words, and it may be difficult to find the balance, and it may be difficult to find your voice in that moment. But the truth is that your highest nature, your essential nature, remains unchanged, just as that person or that situation's essential nature remains unchanged. Love, light, and possibility. Our jobs as leaders of conversations, our job as strivers for consciousness, our jobs as endeavoring to shine our light is to find the peace and the truth and the grounding and the centering and the presence in that moment, to share our truth that way, to share our light that way, to lead the conversation that way. It may be difficult. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But if we try and bring our light to that moment, and we try to bring our peace to that moment, and we try to lead the conversation toward oneness in that moment, when we do, even if we just touch on that for a moment, even if we create just a tiny piece of oneness, even if we remind others a tiny little bit of our interconnectivity and our interdependence, when we succeed in that, even in the tiniest way, when you succeed in that, even in the tiniest way, you will and do make this day as amazing as you are. No kidding. That's who you are. That's what you are. Love, light, and possibility. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.